Hello everyone, it's Grandpa Hickory. Hello from Texas to all. I hope all is well with you. When the sinker sunk, uh, my family was poor. Me and my brother would go out fishing and things, and we would catch fish to help bring food, to the table. My daddy worked all the time, and he did everything he could. My mom had disappeared completely. She had went to work for the Great Pet Bottling Company, and she had so many boyfriends that she never came home. And my dad, he had his girlfriends. He didn't come home, so we had a very horrible time. But then my dad straightened up. The Lord moved in his life, and my dad came back and got us all together, and he said, "Hey, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to stick together, and we're going to make it." So my dad did everything he could do. Well, he taught me and my brother how to make, we called it throw lines. And we would take a twig. And back then we had nylon fishing line. We didn't have monofilament like they got nowadays when you go fishing the line. And we had lead sinkers, and we had, the fish hooks. And we had what we called the pencil, which was a bobber that was like a pencil. And it would do this, and then it would underwater when a fish got it. And anyway, me and my brother, we would go fishing, and my dad taught us how to make the hand lines, and we would take them and we would fish along the bank. Well, we had to sit down and put our sinker on the very bottom. Your lead sinker was on the very bottom of your nylon line, and it swung freely, and you dropped it in the water, and when you did, your hook was up here, and it brought the hook down to a level, and then your bobber, which we called the pencil, it was on top like this, and then it would stabilize, and it would sit there until a fish come along, and then all of a sudden, it'd take off, go under, and you'd pull the fish in, and you'd have a fish. Well, let me tell you what happened. I tied my line on my sinker, and I don't know what in the world happened, but for some reason, I did not tie it tight enough. So when I cast my hand line out along the bank, when I lowered that sinker down, it just slipped right off the line and it was gone. Well, there I was with a hand line that was just sitting in the water. It's like if you took a piece of string and you just put it on the water, you know what that string would do? It would just ride on top the water. Instead of being down here where the fish is, it'd be up here on top of the water. And I just felt horrible. And my brother, he said, "Well, you didn't tie it like Dad taught you. And what you'd do is you would loop the line like this. And then you would slide it through the sinker. You'd bring it around and you'd pop the sinker back through it. And then you would turn it loose and pull it tight. And it would stay on your line." Well, I didn't follow through with my loop. And I lost my sinker and I felt so bad. And my brother said, "Hey, watch my pole." He handed me his pole. And he went back, and he come back out of the creek. We was fishing in an area that had a lot of running water. It's a running creek and spring water. It was beautiful water, crystal clear. You could even drink it. Of course, we didn't. But my brother came back with a rock about that big around. And he said, "Let me see your throw line." So I gave him my little hand line, and he went over there, and he tied that rock up to where it was tight. And he said, "Now," I went over there with my hand line. He took his pole back. Boy, he pulled a big, huge, goggle-eyed perch. That's what we called it back then. They had big eyes. And listen, that perch was big, had a lot of meat on it, friends. And I took my little hand line, and I walked out along the bank, and I pulled out one fish after the other. I was so thankful to God And I never have forgotten it. But those were the things we did when we didn't have anything. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory. Those were the things that we did when we didn't have anything. But you know what? We had many wonderful meals around the table in the evening. My dad was so proud of me and us boys, and he would tell us, boys, thank you for doing your part in helping your family. And you know, these are things that kids nowadays need to know about. They need to be included in the family to help bring meals to the table. And by doing so, they will develop character, and this will go with them through their life. And when they marry a girl and they have children, they won't have the tendency to depart. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory. When we had nothing, but had a lot.